All right, testing. I think you should be able to hear me now. Beautiful. Getting situated here. Myself out of the way. All right, let's jump right in. So thank you everybody who has subscribed. This is incredible. I feel so honored. Just turning down the music a little bit. All right. So I thought we could kind of jump in and kind of go back to like the original reason that I actually started this channel many years ago, and then kind of it died out a little bit in terms of just like how much time I had. But I actually started doing some game development during COVID, during quarantine, and as a result, you know, I've kind of dabbled. I started first with Lua programming, and then I went to Unity, and I did quite a bit of like random games in Unity. And then after that, recently, as I've been using Python more frequently, I was like, you know, let's try to make a game and using Pygame. And since I do more coding rather than graphics, let's take advantage of the 5080's ability with AI and use local LLMs and have them generate the graphics, and we can kind of go from there. So I'm going to kind of repurpose some of the original game that I made called COVID Invaders, yeah, we'll have some fun with it. So yeah, let me grab some water, and I'll be right back in 30 seconds. So let's hop in and create a directory. Alright, perfect. So we're just going to make our virtual environment, and we will activate our virtual environment. Perfect. So from there we will So let's get our dependencies before I even do that. Let's pip install Pygame into our local environment. And while we do that, let's ask our local LLM to please make a high-res pixel art image of a plasma B cell. And let's see what it spits out in the first attempt. Let's run that, and we'll go back to our terminal. Now we can vim main.py, and we will first start by importing Pygame. a virtual environment is like a local area, like that folder that I made. And then that way we can keep all the dependencies and all the modules that we need to install in that one area. So that way, you know, if you want to transfer folders to anybody, it has all the modules that are required there and be present. And usually you'll also have a requirements.txt. Pygame is a module in Python. So you also usually will have a requirements.txt. And you'll list all the dependencies. So here we'll have Pygame as our thing, and then you always like keep updating it as you go through. Alright, so let's start with Pygame. And then there's also just like the main Python libraries that you don't need to install, but you do need to import them so they know that you're going to use it. Yeah, it's like a package, exactly. So we will initialize our Pygame. For screen, let's start by defining a width and a height variable, global variable. And we will make that, let's say 800 by 800. And then we will call that our main, let's call it our main screen. Pygame dot. So we're passing in a tuple, which will give us both our width and height. And then let's COVID invaders. And we'll also declare a clock just to keep track of things. And also to see how long the user will be able to survive. And let's just run that. Oops. If I could learn to type. Wait, where did that screen go? It just disappeared. That's weird. That didn't do that when I was doing it different. Let's just so with games you often have a main game loop that'll just keep running every frame. So in Pygame, from what I've seen from the syntax, we can do something like run equals true. And then while run, we can do screen.fill and we'll make it black, so that would be 0, 0, 0 for the RGB. And then and for e in Pygame dot event dot get if e dot type. So this is just if you quit. So hit the X mark in the window. And we will call pygame.quit, and we will also exit the system module. Right, I changed it to main dots. Invalid record. I think it accepts it as a tuple, so I think there we go, and we have our screen. And as you can see up top, we have it say COVID invaders. Alright, let's see what our LLM has spit out. Okay, this is not a plasma B cell. This is not even remotely what a plasma B cell does. So it actually did a good job with it did a good job. Alright, what? Do we have a photo manager? Let's hop over to the Arch Linux. I thought we were getting a plasma cell too, but that's not a plasma cell. Alright, let's do Pantheon. This one here. I don't know why it's not. So it actually made like a pretty good virus. But then I asked it for a plasma B cell, and it gives me a shittier looking version of a virus. Let's try focus on my second window. Okay. Let's actually move this over to the third. Okay, how did it think that was? Let's try this. Let's try a different array plasma B cell. Or let's just start with a B cell and see what it can give us. Oh boy. Actually, let's stop that. I'm gonna dump. Clear out the RAM. As you can see from up here, quite a bit of means using both VRAM, but also system RAM as well. Alright, now we're back to 4, so let's run that. If that doesn't work, we'll try B lymphocyte. But yeah, okay, so we got our window. We can even tile it. That looks ugly as shit. Alright. Does not like the window manager. Alright. Let's swap out music. Let's pick a new one. Normally on OBS, maybe I gotta install a plugin, but it comes with a VLC player that you can just put a folder and it loops, but in this case it doesn't do that, so it is what it is. Alright, let's hop back into our code here. So let's import sprites. Or actually, what I might do first is just use rectangles, and then I will replace them with, you know, the sprites afterwards, just so I can have like a, you know, like just a basic bare bones. All right, let's call our B cell. We'll use the rect. Let's put it where the width in the center. And then just from the bottom, actually a little higher, maybe from there, because we're gonna have an epithelial cell lining. And then how big do I want to make this right now? Let's just call it like 40 by 100 and see what that gives us. So if the width is, so we'll just have to subtract off 20 here to make this right in the center. Oh wait, I forgot to draw our, in our loop, because it's iterating every single frame. We need to come into our while loop. And we can draw this on the main screen. Let's pass in a tuple. And let's skip 5. 128, I had it purple last time, so I was like, alright, I'll just make it purple again. 128, and the object I called is B cell. Perfect. So now it's gonna have that B cell be drawn at every step of the way. So let's just... Yes, I did mean rect. Thank you. Oh. Doesn't want to appear on screen. Let's figure out. Oh. Yeah, let's see what it made. LOL, I'm dead. What the fuck is this? This is utter trash. Let's, how about we try a B lymphocyte? Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this like 3. So it's more stringent. Because that doesn't look anything like a B cell. We'll run that again. Come back here. And actually, what I'm gonna do here, I'm actually gonna open up another terminal. Just so I don't have to constantly exit out of him. And I can just... Alright, so what? Okay, so it doesn't want to draw. Gotta figure out why it's doing that. I did import Pygame. Turn down the music a little bit. Also just swap it out for a new one. Let's try. I don't think this should matter, but... Oh, you know? Before we even do that... What if I just try to make it white? So it doesn't like that either. I initialized the Pygame. So we get the window. Oh wait, what? Okay, so there is. I did have that right. Can you stop making it a virus? I'm gonna put virus into the negative prompt. Already stuck at this point. What the heck? Oh my god. What in God's name did it create now? What? What? How is this a cell? Let's... Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. Oh my god, what is this at this time? It really refuses to make a B cell for me. Be as creative as you want. Let's just have fun with it. How about if I throw in eukaryotic? Because God knows what the hell. Let's all right. Oh, this is just too funny. Alright, let's try... Let's move this over to window 4. What if I take this out? Bro. Let's just not fill the main screen. Ooh, I like that. Antibody producing B lymphocyte. Let's go. We got a purple block. I forgot to update it with this line. It's like every language has just slightly different syntax. Alright, let's toss that back in. And we shall be. Let's go. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so we want some space, so let's divide this by 2. So right now, it has a height of 100, so if we want 100 clearance, then we need to change this to 200. Alright, perfect. And then I want my epithelial cells. And this, I'm going to actually store in an array. Or a list. Let's see what in God's name? Is it just obsessed with virus? Why is there a giant hole? Alright, let's try instead. High-res pixel art image of an epithelial cell with cilia only at the top that is rectangular and only has cilia on the well, I guess alveolar epithelial cells don't really have all right. So yeah, I'm also curious what virus it makes this time. And so what we're gonna do is, let's say the epithelial cell is 50 pixels wide and 100 pixels tall and a 800 width. We'll be able to fit 16. Actually, this starts at 0. And then we will say pygame.rect. Let's ignore the position so far. We'll say 50 width, 100 tall. And we first want it to start the height will just be h, and then the width is what's going to be changing, because it's going to be, you know, at different widths, changing by 50 pixels, because that's how wide we're going to have this epithelial cell be. So let's say we will have, well, if we start at 0, and how exactly do I want to do this? I minus 50, no. 50i. 50 times I. And I want to do this because at 0 it'll be 0. So I don't know exactly where Pygame decides the origin is. So that'll be 0, and then 1 will be at position 50, and then 2 will be at position 100, and etc. And we want to append this to our epithelial cell. And then we want to draw our epithelial cells. So we'll have to for I in range of the length of epithelial cells. We will do pygame.draw.rect main screen. Whoa. And then let's make it. Oh, what did it? What the heck? It has like an eye in it. This is so funny. I mean, it followed the no virus glycoprotein. Yeah, I could try training it later. I kind of want to just focus on the source code right now. But that might be something I'll try later if this doesn't work. Oh, right. What I wanted to do was... let's make it... try different skin colors. Let's see what will work. Let's try something like here, where it's like... $227, 161. And then we want epithelial cells. Dot eye. And then let's... So we don't have any epithelial cells. I wonder if instead of a for loop, we can just draw it. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
So it doesn't want to print this. Let's see if it actually... Let's print epithelial cell. Let's just see if it's loading anything in. Okay, so it did load, as you can see here in the terminal. It did load it. So, at least in this stage, it did load it there. I don't think it's the color that's causing the problem. Yeah. Is it even hopping in here? It is. So it is accessing it, and you can see here with the definitions. And it's iterating through, right? Like here's just one loop of one frame. And then here is the previous frame. Just playing around with things to understand the mechanics of Pygame. How are we doing here? Well, that's a funny ass antibody.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of pixel art and just see. We'll see what it does. All right. This should work. Let's see. Lock this at 60 frames per second. Let's see. Let's see if it draws even one. Let's pick like position 3. Okay. What the hell? So it's just struggling to draw. Can you even pass in? So that's where the problem is you're just not able to access at all. Let's try... Oh. Is the for loop the problem? No. Looking at some of the documentation. Nope. What if I'd say for epithelial cell in let's pass it in like that. The local variable, so it's accessing the actual object, maybe? Bruh. Becomes one of those things where it's like, how is it handling? If I don't figure this out, I might just move to like input. What if... I just want to see... Just want to pick a spot for it. Oh. Guys, I am so stupid. Height. Because I realize as I'm looking at this, it's at 800, so it's just hidden. So if I do height minus, and let's go. And it's offset by 50. So let's just add 50. Do I let's see if I actually need this part. And then it seems like maybe, yeah, I needed one more. I need actually 17. And then I can get rid of this frame shift. There we go. So let's try, instead of purple, let's make it the epithelial cell color. And there we have it. Okay, good start, good start, good start. What the heck is this? It's like dumbbells. Of a antibody. Yeah. It does look like a balloon animal. Good point. Antibody producing B cell or B lymphocyte. Alright, so we got the general framework done here. Now let's get some movement. Let's be able to control our B cell. So we're going to use event handlers in Pygame, just like we used in Unity, just slightly different syntax. So we'll just store the keys that get pressed. Right, and then we're gonna say, because this is gonna update every loop, every frame, so we don't need a for loop to check every time, because it'll automatically do this in the while loop. We'll say is the keys. We will call it either or. I'm gonna give people options here. Pygame dot k dot a would be your left key. And I'm gonna actually nest this because the first thing it wants to check is just A or left. And we have to say that the B cell, actually B cell, the left side of the B cell has to be greater than 0. Right? Because if we're moving left, we can't move off the screen. So that's going to be our barrier. So then we'll do B cell dot move in place, and we'll move it by, let's say, 10. in the X direction because it's just moving side by side. We have no Y movement for the B cell. And then we can do if... Oh, I'm missing a parenthesis here. And then another set, we'll do keys, pygame.k underscore, and then we're gonna do D, or alternatively, if they press the right arrow key, and in this case, the B cell's right surface has to be less than the width that we designated. Again, so it doesn't move off the screen when we're going to the right. Then we will allow it to move in the positive direction. And we're putting this before it draws it. So that way when you're placed in that one frame, you want to see what they're pressing first before you draw it. So we're going to shift it 10 one way or the other before we draw the B cell. So we're putting our script right before that. All right, let's see if we can get something to work now. Let's go. So I'm pressing A, and it can't go any further. D, can't go any further. And then we have left or right as well. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Now, one of the things I want to do with the epithelial cells, I'm realizing, is here, when it draws it, for now, just so it's more distinct, let's outline it and not have it completely filled, because right now it just looks like a complete block. Okay. And so that way we can now like see exactly where those borders are for the epithelial cells, and we can move it around. All right, this is dope. Now we're gonna do our virus. So we're gonna do SARS-CoV-2. And we're gonna also make this, I'll just add plural just so I know it's an array. And then we're gonna do something similar where we're just gonna instantiate like 200 of them. Actually, maybe I won't do this. Maybe I'll just instantiate it in the no. And then the position will be some random position, but it'll be at the highest point. So like, let's import the random number. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom, but we're gonna instantiate a random position on the width, but the height is gonna be like at the top where it's generating, and then it's gonna fall down. And I'm back. Let's see what our LLM is up to. It's a donut now? Man, it really does not do well with this. I guess science is just too much for it. All right. Let's go here. Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna generate 200 virions, and its width will be somewhere between and I want it between 0 and our width. And then our height, let's just do like 30. And then we'll just do like 20 by 20. And we only want this to be generated once, and then let's do now we have to draw it on screen, right? So we're not going to iterate through every single one because we don't want to just inundate the player as soon as it starts with 200 viruses that are falling. What we want instead is, as the game goes on, we want the number of viruses generated to increase. So the time between each virion generation or appearing on the screen will shorten. And so we'll probably make a virus timer. We'll just set it at 0. Or no, we should probably set it at like 20. And then we will have that like, well, actually make this a float. A different way to make it a float. Because with, let's say, each loop, we might want to increment it by 0.001, right? Because if it's 60 frames per second, this loop is running 60 times in 1 second. And so we don't want it to increase so fast, but we do want it to increase at some, you know, manageable but then harder rate as the game progresses. Okay, we're back to the B cell being a virus. Try instead. Of a flattened epithelial cell. I think it's trolling us. I think it just doesn't understand what a cell is. I am interested to see if we go to... We can try a different one. Okay, Flux is the one I'm using. Let's try Chroma. Yeah, these are pretty big. Let's do... We'll try a different model, see if it is any better. You know what we could try? Let's just try that. Unload everything while we're waiting for the other thing to go. All right. Let's give the block that's denoting the virus speed. And let's just start at 3 because we can add a couple of elements here. We can have it instantiate faster and go faster in terms of speed and how fast it's falling. And so maybe what we want to do is is there an active rect Pygame? Because I don't want it to, like, if it's picking a random virus from the list, I don't want it to be picking the same one twice. It'll lead to weird stuff. It'll like kind of feel like it's jumping around. What are its attributes? Is active. Or we can just keep track of virus counter. Start at 0. So how do I want to do this? I want to do if virus timer times 60 equals 0, then go in to the virus counter position, iterate one more time. Can I do virus counter? Okay, perfect. Can I? Damn it. Plus equals virus counter? Okay. So I'll just iterate it by 1. I mean, I guess I'm seeing what it's doing. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Please make a high-res image of a cross-sectional view of the alveolar. Because I think it is, like, it's getting the rounded shape a little bit. So I do think it's doing, like, a decent job with the alveolars. A B-cell, it just sucks like shit. But while we are doing that, let's actually just hop in. Grab that, move that into our models. And then let's just refresh this. Alright. Okay, so actually let's take that out. And what we'll do is outside of the loop, because I want this to be the seconds that pass by. And so then we do want this to be by 60 because we're doing 60 frames per second. Minus equals virus time. Or I could just multiply this by 60. So we don't have to worry about that. And every single time, we will just do virus timer minus 1. And so then each frame, it'll just subtract 1 off of the virus timer. So after 1200 frames, or 20 seconds, then the virus timer will be 0. Then it'll hop in here. It will instantiate the first virus counter, which would be 0. Then we go to virus counter plus 1, so that way it iterates and grabs the next one the next time it needs to instantiate. And we need to reset the timer. So we want it to be less each time. So we can't just instantiate it to 1200 because every single time it'll just keep instantiating 1200, and the user will always have to wait 20 seconds. So we can use the virus counter to our advantage, so we don't have to make another variable. So that way we know how many times we've actually iterated through the list. So if we're on like the third virus, then we can use that as like, okay, virus timer is equal to 1200 divided by the virus counter. So each time that number gets shorter and shorter and shorter. I think 20 seconds is too long. So we might just start with like 60 or 120 every 2 seconds. Oh, what am I doing? We have to draw. Oh my god, what the heck is this? Maybe we don't want high-res image. Maybe we want a pixel. Our image. Maybe the high-res part. I mean, that's pretty high-res. I mean, look at that. Let's see what it spits out at us. Oh yeah. it. Man, you gotta be like so specific. Let's say please make a medium res pixel art image of a single cross-sectional view, or of a cross-sectional view of a single alveolar epithelial cell. Okay, I'll try basement membrane next if it doesn't work. Okay. Oh, and we need to move the virus. Let's have it always dropping at the same rate, and then let's do virus counter dot y equal to SAR speed y, and then let's do a random integer. And the x can be anywhere from 0 to, let's say, just for demoing purposes, to 3. Now we have a clock in here. Yep, clock. Let's actually just do frames equal to 0. And every frame, this is just, I'll probably make it cleaner later, plus equals frame. And then, because I don't want it to change only like every time it enters this loop, especially the x, the y can stay what it is, but the x I want it to like jitter around. So let's do SARS-CoV-2. I guess we gotta go through. That's what I'm trying to figure out, which one is active. Ah. For I in length, the range of length of the virus counter. because that's all we've instantiated. Then we want to go into here and update every x's with some random integer between 0 and 3. And we only want to do this every second, because every frame would be insanity. So we would do frame dot mod. So we're using the modular operator, so we'll have whatever remainder 60 is equal to 0. So every second, then we shall do this. All right, let's just see how this goes. This could be a colossal failure. Oh, I didn't define boundaries. Oh, so we would want to go in here and say if whatever virus we're accessing at that time's x value dot or left, if it's equal to our to 0. So if it's hitting the left boundary, then we don't want the velocity to keep going left, right? So we have to change it to whatever its velocity is, whatever its speed is equal to the negative of it. And so then it'll essentially kind of hopefully bounce, we'll see. Alternatively, if its right is equal to the width, so it's on the right border of the window, then we want to again just flip whatever its x speed is honestly. I could combine this and just say if it's this, or if it's the right side is greater than the height, then just flip it. So then we don't need the this redundant like statement here, and we can keep it more succinct. And then we can just say else. So if that's not true, we'll then just set a random number for it. So update virus x speed every second for 60 frames since we locked the FPS. Now, is this gonna colossally fail? Maybe. I just keep typing in line 30. Ah. What line are we looking at here? Line 45. Oh, right. Duh. I just put one value in. Okay, so we're gonna also define virus color. And we're just gonna make it a tuple to denote red. So we are gonna do main screen and virus color. Man, I cannot type for the life of me. What line are we? 47? That S came back to bite me. Ooh, division by 0. Alright. Maybe we start at 1. But then to instantiate, then we gotta subtract 1 value so we don't miss the first one. Well, compiler's catching all my syntax errors. Yep, I just forgot to denote which position we are in. List index out of range. How the fuck are we already out of range? I think it's just getting hung up on the first one. Oh. Wait, but I had I write correctly before, so maybe it's saying that this is negative? But this still doesn't work. It's still out of range, so... Oh. Is this why? Let's just print. Figure out what value it's even getting. Oh my god. I see. I see what the problem is. That goes so fast. Oh. This was exponentially because of it was virus counter equals virus counter plus virus counter, and that's why it's 248. I think we'll still get index out of range, but hopefully we can at least see what okay, so it's counting. Sure as shit not dropping anything. Oh, did you see that? It just disappeared. Oh, maybe it went off the screen. It instantiates and then disappears. So at least the virus counter is going okay. Okay. So it's not updating every frame. Oh, because we're only drawing this. So now, what is this still out of? Just yeah, so what's happening is that it's only drawing it when the virus timer comes out, but we gotta also update it that once it's instantiated, it has to keep count. It has to stay present. It has to be drawn. So we also have to whichever one's insane, because we have to draw that every frame. So they're not moving. So we saw two. I think it's just like we gotta update it with some speed. For every position. Okay, we gotta change that music. Oh, let's check on our... Oh, that's actually not bad. I would say this is like the best one we've gotten so far. It's not terrible. Would you agree, Izzy's bestie? I think here we only want to update it the speed every sec, but we actually want to check. Oh, I shouldn't have. So here we want to do left greater than 0 or oh wait. If it's becoming less than 0, because the left side is like moving off. And this is greater than the width. Then just invert. Zero to you gotta add the speed because we're just moving the position. Ah, here we go. Why is it always instantiating here? I want it to be anywhere in the width. Let's take a look at my code. Yeah, it's the width. Let's just print. Whenever. Let's just grab. Because it seems to be just hung up. Actually, let's print this. Also, this needs to be in the else. Let's just print out its exposition and figure out why it's doing what it's doing. Okay, that's... we are incremental. Let's try that again. So it like kicks out, some of them kick out over here, but oh, let's do -3 to -3 to 3, because then it's only moving in one position. It's only moving in one x direction. Oh, for the love of Christ! Let's make this bigger. 50 to 50. Let's have it start off slow. It's just obsessed. Oh my god. Okay, maybe I went a little overzealous with the 50. It's just obsessed with the left wall. Let's see what our LLM generated for us. Oh goodness. This is a B lymphocyte? Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Okay, we gotta figure out why the X speedy. Let's define that. And then but this will set a new speed X. Nope. And this let's just jump in and oh yeah, we're getting there. Oh yes. Oh yes. Let's go. Okay. Oh hey Ryan, how are you? Yep, I am coding indeed. It works. Let's actually, I think the viruses are generating too slowly, so let's actually change this. Oh yeah, look at this. The virus, although for some reason after the first two, there's a longer delay. Yeah, coding can be a lot of fun, but also frustrating too at times. But debugging it can also be fun too. I've been doing a lot of this on live right now. Oh, I see that it... Oh, you know what it's doing right now? It's setting the same random X vector to every single one. And we want them all to do their own kind of thing. Let's see. First, I want to figure out why there was a delay after the first two. So let's just print the virus timer. We're good on virus counter now. I think we're getting better on that, so let's... Oh, I see. Every single time, I gotta just do virus timer divided by virus counter. I think that should fix my problem. There we go. No, it's still... Oh yeah, I would say, if not more productive on Linux. But I never really used Windows for productivity. I was really, when I would do my work, I would usually be on Mac. Windows was just for gaming. But honestly, like, I can use them all. Oh, why isn't this, But I would say Windows is my least favorite. Let's actually print virus timer out here in the loop. Oh, I'm going negative super fast, I see. That's the problem. So at some point, whoops. This looks like a Pokemon, not a B cell. The fuck is this? Okay, so somewhere here. Let me just run this again. Okay, let's see where. Ah. I gotta reset it to 60, the original value. Or, I mean, if it's gonna, at this point, it's gonna be 0. So just adding 0 to it, so that just seems redundant. So let's just do 60 divided by virus counter and try that again. Ah, here we go. Oh, but it jumped. I think it just skips a loop. Like at some point, I think the engine or the application it's okay, it resets, and then it just goes negative. So why is it doing that? Okay. So here. Oh. It's because it's a float. So the thing is that at some point, because it's a float, you get some trailing decimals and it's no longer equal to 0. Where are we here? And so what if I cast it as an int? Does that fix it? Now, oh my fucking god. So we fixed one problem and generated another problem. So somewhere, like here, What if we just make this an int? Instead of casting it here. Then we could try this again. Yeah, at some point, it just becomes a float. And then that trailing... Oh wait, I do need to print it. I see. So at some point, we gotta get it to stop doing this shit of turning into a float. Oh Lord, what in God's name is this? That's an antibody? Let's see why it's... too low. No, I don't want to do that. All right. Yeah, let's let's just see what. Okay, so it's int. Yeah, see, it shifts to a fucking float. Why does it do that? It starts off as an int, and then it just randomly... Here we go. Ah. So, it always converts that to a float. So let's keep that as. But what if we cast this as an int after? Is it okay as that, or am I gonna have to cast it in a separate line of code? Let's see. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so it's staying as an int. We solved that problem. No more float conversion. It was because when we were doing the division, it was automatically converting it to a float. And we probably need more than 200. Well, I think now we can actually change this back up. And as a final thing for today, just like exponentially. Or we can do it I mean, if we get rid of the division, then we won't even need to do the float. We can just do... So I think it develops it too fast. Okay, that's a little bit better rate. And so we can like toggle around with this. We could even do this by 2. What did I do? Oh, whoops. I think this should hopefully... Nice. I think this is like a good rate, and now it's like going faster and faster and faster and faster. Alright, so what did we do today? We got a B cell to move. We have our epithelial cell below. We got viral generation, that's random movement. What we'll probably do next time is have them die when, or not die actually, infect the virus. Infect the epithelial cell below. Once the virus is made contact with it, and the B cell can't eliminate it. And then we'll also add the capability of this B cell to shoot out antibodies when we hit the space bar. And that will be a way to neutralize the virus. And so if all of these epithelial cells end up getting infected, then you lose the game. And so we have a good framework here. What we learned is LLM can't handle science, aka what the fuck is this? This is not an antibody. For the viewers, this is what an antibody looks like. How hard is it for AI to do this? Like, come on. One Google search and you get the IgG. But it can't do this. It gives this bullshit. Let's have very, very... Like, this isn't even Y shape. Let's add in... Let's go, like, super. As Y-shaped. Let's, hop into... I want to see... Let's go to our model. Let's just try this. As Y-shaped has a variable region in... has 2 variable regions and a constant region. This will be the last thing we do today to see what the fuck it generates. It made a really good virus. Like, that will be amazing to use. Like, we'll swap in the sprite, the red block that we have currently for the virus. I'll remove the background of this. But it did a really good job with this, right? But then it just like decided that every fucking thing was gonna have spike protein on it, even B cells. And it's just like, bruh, what you doing, you know? Now let's exit out of this. So not bad. 78 lines of code. A lot of troubleshooting, debugging, getting used to the Pygame and module. Oh my... What? Wow. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, we did. I could do a better job in paint than... I mean, I did in my original game. I don't have it running for Linux. I actually, back then, I only made it for Mac and Windows, so I'll try to get it to show it to you guys next time. But I made a better antibody than this. Here I thought AI was going to help me out with the graphics. Oh. When you let it be completely creative, this is the shit it comes up with. Does not like that. Oh, wait. I want this at 2. Let's see what it does here. Why couldn't it make this one again, but just one cell? I mean, I could probably crop it. Crop this region right here. Dude, I think it gave me like an X-ray crystallography image. You know what we should do? Alright, what model should I use to generate better pixel art images of science and cells? Alright, let's see what it says. What does DeepSeek say? What if we... Let's try something else. Let's get rid of this model for now. It's saying stable diffusion and then we'll train it, but we're not going to do any training right now. Just want to see what this does. Yeah, that's because I was using DeepSeek. So let's just exit out of that. Let's empty everything out. Let's run that again. Bro, we're not playing Tetris here. DeepSeek, ya lied. Well, DeepSeek also said I should Midjourney? Can we I think training it on science is gonna be more helpful. So we will do that next time. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you everybody who has subscribed. It means a lot to me. This was a lot of fun. We'll start playing around with Pygame and adding some more features to our game next time. Thank you so much, and peace out, folks. And make... What the heck is this? Okay. Peace out, everybody. Bye, Ryan.